everybody. It is Saturday morning and I hope you're having a great day. Well, it's 11 o'clock. It's not really the morning anymore, but it's been really busy this morning, so sorry I haven't had a chance to check in. Anyway, I didn't really have breakfast this morning yet. I guess I've been intermittent fasting a little bit, and so I'm out of apples. I'm out of a lot of stuff at home, so I had half a watermelon in the fridge, so I just cut that up and brought that, and I'm going to eat it in the parking lot before I run in and do some shopping, and I'm going to go into Sprouts. So anyway, tonight we're going to another buffet, and I have a little bit more of a clearer expectation of what I'm going to do. Yesterday, after staying raw all day, you know, I felt good during the day. And then at night, I was like super hungry. Nosy people. All right. So last night, I kind of just, the buffet that we went to last night wasn't that great. And it had like, a lot of the food was old and a lot of it wasn't very good, or it was over fried. There wasn't really a lot to choose from. As you can see from my plate, I had like a pizza on there. I had like a fried chicken, which was terrible. I think I just pinched it and then it was like, no, this isn't even worth, you know, wasting. There was just so much grease and it was old and it was like, no, I'm not gonna waste my calories on that. But the best thing there, I would say, was that vegetable soup. That was really marvelous. And then so tonight it will be a good buffet. I know it will. But I'm going to be staying raw all day again, so that I can just eat a cooked meal tonight and not have to worry about it too much. I will stick to a sugar-free dessert this evening because this month is sugar-free, no added sugars, but they usually do have sugar-free options, you know what I mean? Like last night they had a sugar-free cheesecake, or they had sugar-free pie, and so the cheesecake was very small. And I did okay with it, but you know, I wake up when I do that in the morning, you know, do the cheesecake thing, it's like I wake up, my tummy, because of the dairy, is a little off, and this morning I felt kind of queasy, and you know, it's like my body just wants to get rid of whatever it has, you know, when I have dairy. But anyway, I'm feeling better now though, so tonight we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll probably try to make some better choices. Oh, I wanted to let you know too, I was going to leave my Weight Watcher app on Simply Filling, but after, you know, seeing what, you know, I use flaxseed meal and almond butter and avocado and these healthy fats during the day when I'm eating raw stuff, so I don't actually have, like, I need those fats to keep me satiated because I'm not having chicken breasts and stuff during the day, and eggs and things like that. And so what happens is, you know, of course that uses up a lot of points if you're doing Simply Filling, and so I'm like, I think I'm better off using just turning it into Freestyle Smart Points instead of, and closing the app out of Simply Filling that way, because yesterday I used, you know, I only get like 23 points for the week on Simply Filling, and I ended up using like 10 yesterday. That was before dinner, and just the flaxseed meal, almond butter, you know, the things that and the avocados, you know, and so, and the dates, you know, don't forget dates are relatively high on points. And I had 2 of those for breakfast, and I would normally not have used dates in that apple oatmeal thing, but I was out of raisins. I normally would have used raisins, which probably are among this about the same points, right? So, but anyway, so I will get off Simply Filling, and I will be using the Freestyle ones, I guess, and see what that looks like, right? So I don't know. I mean, if I'm doing the raw thing during the day, right? Or I might have a cooked meal for breakfast one day, or for lunch, and then do the raw around that. But anyway, what I'm noticing is, yesterday I was like, okay, what good's it gonna do you can't to eat like really healthy during the day, and then if you go to a buffet, you just kind of let loose, then your stomach gets all messed up and jived up, right? So I'm gonna need to make some better choices with that. But at the same time, I have to remember, it felt like, I told my husband, you know, when we were at the buffet, I said, it feels like OMAD. It feels like I've actually gone all day without eating, and I'm that hungry right now, you know. And so when you do that, and if you're that hungry, then you start, you know, fudging it a little bit more, and you do eat things that, you know, maybe a little higher in fat or something like that. So I think maybe I just need to eat a little bit more during the day, and maybe, you know, balance that out a little bit. So anyway, I will check in with you guys in a little bit.
I will share with you my Sprouts haul in case you're interested. These are the kind of milks we drink. This is for me and my honey. That's only 25 calories. And you can actually have 2 cups for 1 point, not just 1. Weight Watchers. This is for 2 of the boys. Drink this one, the vanilla, and then Isaiah drinks this one because he doesn't do almonds very often. And there's a lot of protein in this one here. Not very much in that one. I've got flaxseed meal because that's one of the fats that I have when I'm doing the raw. It's really good to have like up to 2 tablespoons per day. It really does a lot of good for the body. I have more avocados here because that's also one of the good fats that I have during the raw times. And then I've got some strawberries. These are so fragrant. I can smell these. And blueberries. Lots and lots of berries. I got grapes that, I don't do grapes very often because, you know, they've always been like a high sugar fruit. But when I'm doing raw, I think I probably will do some. But the boys really love that. Now I got these to add some protein to my salads, and these are sugar snap pea sprouts, and these are they're raw, and this is like a good way to eat raw beans. You know, you sprout them, and actually the sprouting will increase the nutritional value for you. These are mixed bean sprouts, and they're pretty good. I would still take Vino because I still tend to get a little gassy even with the sprouts. These are for the boys. They love those kinds of frozen veggies. I got lots of spinach. I got collard greens because these are going to make salads and smoothies. I got a neat little, there's all kinds of melons out right now. So one of the ones that you probably really want to taste, and this isn't it, is the Honey Kiss sweet melon. That Honey Kiss one, I've never tasted it one as sweet. The peaches are out. I got a bunch of peaches. It's going to be a few days. Got some cage freeze for the boys. And then this bread for the boys. I got mushrooms. I got raw corn. And I don't know how many people know this, but you can actually eat raw corn. It actually doesn't bother me. Anyway, there is I've got sweet peppers. I've got green onions, celery. Those are good for juices. Another thing good for juices are cucumbers. Really good for your skin. I've got apples. Again, you know, an apple, carrot, cucumber juice is really fast and really good. I've got some vine tomatoes, bananas. I got this toothpaste for the boys. It's fluoride free. And then some salsa because I've been using that instead of dressing and things. And this is the kind of organic, what is it? It's a raw meal replacement shake. And so this really is the best one that I can find. I usually use the Vega one, but look at all the stuff that's in here. The protein blend and all of the raw veggies and fruits that are in here. This is the nutritional information for 1 scoop. 20 grams of protein, you really can't beat that. I'm probably going to have one of these. And I was going to get chocolate, but I figured I'd get vanilla because then I can change it to strawberry or whatever I want. And I can even add cocoa if I wanted it to be chocolate, but I don't want to be stuck with chocolate. So anyway, that's my haul, and it costs about 130 bucks, you know, at Sprouts. So it's, you know, could have done better somewhere else, but it's all right.
I'm going to make a real quick raw soup. Not sure how it's going to come out, but I'm going to put these, I'm going to actually juice 2 of these bok choy, 2 little baby peppers, 1 beet. I think they're kind of small, so yeah, 1 beet will be enough. A cucumber, a couple of stalks of celery, 1 carrot, a handful of the red kale that I picked the other day, a little bit of ginger here. I'm going to juice all of that, and then I'm going to put it in the blender with this avocado, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of this avocado to thicken it up, and then add a little sea salt, 1 clove of garlic. I'm going to juice this. My soup, it's raw and it is full of goodness, and I have to tell you, there's a little smoked paprika on top. This is really, really good. Okay, so here I'm in the car again, and I had to run to the store and get a few things, and so I thought I would come over to this. It's called a Go Raw Cafe and Juice Bar, and they sell, you know, like crackers and breads that have been dehydrated. And I've tried to make my own raw bread before using the dehydrator, and it never seems to work. They never seem to hold together when I do that. I have made crackers before, but of course it does take, you know, time to do it because you use a dehydrator to make raw food, and I mean, you're gonna wait on those for like 8 to 12 hours, you know, and so before you have them. So anyway, I was just gonna pick some up at this cafe, and I guess they've moved. I'm here, and now they've moved this location probably about a good 20 minutes away, and I'm wondering if it's worth it. You know what I mean? Just driving all the way down there to get them, but dang it, I might do it. But anyway, you know, it just hit me. We have a couple of functions to go to. Now, tonight, I was saving my cooked meal for tonight, this evening, but we had a couple of functions during the day that I didn't realize were food functions as well. And so I don't want to be rude because there's celebrations. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. One of them, there's a good chance that I can maybe just have a little salad and stay raw. So the other one, I think maybe we'll just cut it down to one. You know what I mean? So, because that's a lot of food, and I want to be hungry for tonight, and I don't want to be off my plan. This is what I mean about a challenge, it being a challenge. I mean, this month there's just going to be like so many things to do, and there's always, you know, celebration after celebration is really a neat thing. It's just that I just don't know when I'm going to ever, you know, really do this challenge if I don't just do it, right? You just have to do it sometimes. It's life. Life is going to be one thing after another, you know. So anyway, let's get going, see what I can find. I'm back. We are on our way for dinner. Now, we just had to stop at a get-together. It was a graduation party for some good friends of ours, her daughter, and it was really good. It was neat. They had, we got to visit with them, which was the best part of it, and then they had Chipotle. They had catered, and love Chipotle. Now it's really close to dinner. Now I had to kind of like give a little bit. I stayed, you know, I made a salad, a very small salad, and put, you know, pico de gallo on it and guacamole, and I put like a couple, not even more than a couple tablespoons of pinto beans on it. And so they were not raw, they were cooked, but you know, sometimes you have to give, right? And then
you have to give.
because I'm supposed to be raw except for that one meal. Okay. And then I put the peppers on, which were wonderful peppers. I put a couple tablespoons of peppers on there, and those are, of course, they're cooked, right? And they're cooked with a little bit of oil, so I had that on as well. But I didn't have the rice, and you know, I stayed away from everything else. I didn't put any dressing on it or anything like that. And so I had that. Now they also had a cake, graduation cake. Oh my goodness, that was the hard part. That was really, really hard. And every time I look at something like that, I almost reached for a cup of tapioca custard last night at the salad bar, and then I had to catch myself and go, oh, this is a month with no sugar. And that was like that's I think the hardest part, because it's such an instinct to go, why not, just a little whatever, you know, and just that's totally taken away this month. No refined sugar. So so I didn't have the cake. And it was super hard to not do it. Not because I wanted it so bad for the sweetness, but because socially it felt really awkward not to just have it because everybody else was. And I think that's the hardest part. So, but made it through. So had to give a little bit on a couple tablespoons of beans. I think that's not a big deal. I think it's still a major victory. And tonight I'm going to have a cooked meal, and I'm not going to worry about it, but if I do have a dessert, it's going to be sugar-free. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Is that not hard? Was that not hard?
It was hard.
And he didn't have it either. He's being so sweet.
Her.
He's really being supportive on the no sugar thing. I cannot even believe it.
And I love me some store-bought cake.
He does. I do too. Now, mind you, after all of this is done at the end of the month, I probably won't have lost any weight, and he probably would have lost 20 pounds, right? Because you know, guys and girls don't operate the same. Anyway.